And welcome live on Play-by-Play Productions here from Morristown Bayard High School and the Rook Pool here at the Simon Athletic Center. Ralph Bednorchik with you, bringing you this swimming meet. It's senior day for the Crimson boys and girls swimming teams, as the girls will lead it off. They don't have any seniors this year, but they'll take on the Villa Walsh Vikings. MBS had 1-7 in dual meets, while Villa Walsh, with just 6 swimmers this year for first-year coach Kelsey Highland, they are 0-8. Should be a very competitive one and an opportunity for the Crimson to pick up their second win. That was among the goals that they set out this season, to try to pick up a couple of victories as the two teams get ready, and we'll go through the lineups as we go before each meet or each race today. We'll start with the 200-yard medley relay. And we're underway here at the backstroke. Just 6 swimmers for a rebuilding Villa Walsh program under Kelsey Highland, who got the job in November. And so there will be some races that will not have full lanes occupied. This is only a 6-lane pool, and they're 25 meters. Gabby Davis led it off in lane 4. Second into the pool, Mackenzie Doherty. And with the healthy lead out of lane 4 for MBS, Nevin Mahoney led it off in lane number 3 for Villa Walsh. And now behind her, Sabrina Wavada. Down to the breaststroke. And what a move made by Sabrina Wavada. Terrific turn, and she has already caught up and now passed Mackenzie Doherty. Doherty's a junior co-captain. 3 juniors on this team. No seniors for Morristown Bayard this year, for head coach Eugene Sharp, becoming the head coach back in October of the Morristown Bayard varsity swimming programs. Long history of competing. As next into the pool, Madison Molinaro out of lane 3. Lane 4 for MBS into the pool, Claire Patchett, a freshman who's not a year-round swimmer, but one of the most improved swimmers in the program. And for Kelsey Highland, she's been impressed with how the tenacity of her swimmers. With only 6, they have not turned down requests, and at times have consistently had to swim in events that are not necessarily their primaries. She does have a couple of club swimmers, including Captain Victoria Wong, who is in the pool now with a substantial lead. A lead of about 15 meters out of lane 3. The anchor for MBS here in this 200 medley relay is Abigail Ewing, a junior co-captain. A lot of versatility that can be competitive in most events. But down the final 15 meters with the finish, Victoria Wong, a terrific captain that has led this group of 6 ladies well, and she has the touch at 2:43.50, and it's a healthy one. Abigail Ewing out of lane 4. They're trying to finish that up, and she is there with the touch. And MBS here in this particular medley will put out 2 separate teams. And the finish on the touch in freestyle is coming up, and we're going to be closing out the very first race. No, it's actually, here comes the 4th into the water in the second group. Lastly, to finish it off, it'll be Clara Painter. And the sophomore will swim by herself. Not a year-round swimmer, but freestyle is her best event. So she is on the second unit. The 200 medley relay will be followed by the 200 free, the 200 IM, and the 50 free before we take a short break. Villa Walsh, located nearby in Morristown. So they've made the short trip over, and the Vikings at 0-8. Kelsey Highland, their 3rd different coach in 3 years. And now we're completed. So the points went to the way of Villa Walsh. And as we get ready for the 200 free, victory for the Crimson against Parsippany Hills narrowly. There is Kelsey Highland as we introduce her, a 2016 Morristown High School graduate, where Kelsey swam there along with her younger brother, Patrick Highland. Patrick is her assistant coach, so talk about a very, very young pair of coaches. Patrick, 2 years younger, high school class of 2018. But their father, an Ironman triathlete, John Highland, who is very much known in the Morristown community for battling leukemia, quite the inspiration. Had a chance to talk to Kelsey about him as well. Underway in the 200 free. Nevin Mahoney out of lane 3 for Villa Walsh. 2 swimmers into the pool here for MBS. Gabby Davis, she is in lane 4. Freshman who is a sprinter. And Mackenzie Doherty in lane number 2. And the junior captain, so Doherty, after a very quick break, is right back in the pool. And on the first touch, it's Gabby Davis that emerges from underwater with about a shoulder-length lead over Nevin Mahoney. Mahoney is a senior that will do all events for Villa Walsh, and when you only have 6, you are really asking your team to sacrifice in terms of maybe technique, because they at times have to gut out every single event, and sometimes technique, when you're tired, that's the thing that suffers, because you're just trying to get through into the next lap or the next relay. Upon the turn, still pretty close between lanes 3 and 4. Lane 3, Nevin Mahoney of Villa Walsh, Gabby Davis of Morristown Baird. MBS missing their top overall swimmer who would be in this event normally in Isla Johnston. Isla is a sophomore and a school record holder already in the 400 meter. He was a year-round swimmer, so in this case, Gabby Davis and Mackenzie Doherty in these 2. Upon the turn, and Davis able to extend her lead on Nevin Mahoney. Mackenzie Doherty about a full body length and a half behind in lane 2 for MBS, the 3 swimmers here. Villa Walsh took the 6 points in the 200 medley relay, but MBS taking the next 2 for 2nd and 3rd. So unofficially, I have the score as 9-6 MBS through 1 race. Upon the touch, Davis victorious in the 200 as she extended over the final 25 meters on Nevin Mahoney. Mahoney also was the leadoff in the 200 medley relay. So Davis will add to the lead for MBS. So the score should be unofficially 19-11 MBS through 2 events. Now we'll get ready for the 200 IM. Clara Painter for Morristown Baird. Sophomore, this is her best event. And Madison Molinaro, a senior, also her best event, the 200 IM. She is a club swimmer and a senior, so she's older by 2 years from Clara. Madison recently just making her college decision. She will go all the way to Waco, Texas to attend Baylor University as a student. And upon the first turn, Molinaro's experience showing here. And Molinaro with a substantial lead after the first 25 meters. And Molinaro a good 10, even 12 meters now upon the turn. So she is in control of the race, and now just a matter of challenging herself against Clara Painter. Villa Walsh returned just 3 swimmers from last year in Victoria Wong, Nevin Mahoney, and Madison Molinaro, 3 seniors for Kelsey Highland. And Highland is their 3rd coach in as many seasons, and for a small school, I can't say enough how difficult it is to have continuity. It can be very cyclical. Just in some of the recent numbers, 9 through 12, Villa Walsh had about 230 students. So to fill out a swim team for 11 events, it can be very difficult to do. And Villa Walsh is a girls-only school, but if it was a boys-only or girls-only, it's a very difficult thing to do, to fill out an entire swim roster, or for example, if there was wrestling. Molinaro nearing 2 minutes in this 200 IM. And looks like Molinaro has kept up her pace. I'd say maybe she is just a tad slower than her first lap and a half. The girls' state qualifying time is 2:12:15. As we just had our last split time of 2:05:45, so that's still below the state qualifying pace. Now she's at 32:32 to give an example of how fast they are, but she's in position where she has lapped Clara Painter of Morristown Bayard. Molinaro with the touch at 2:44:11. And Painter, still another down and back remaining. So Villa Walsh celebrates. It's interesting because MBS, while they have more total bodies, they are a lot younger with no seniors and missing top swimmer Isla Johnston today for the meet and sophomore Casey Patino. So for Coach Sharp, he is going to run out 4 freshmen consistently, but he'll be able to put 2 more, or at least be able to use a second lane more consistently than Villa Walsh will, but Villa Walsh may win more races, so that could be very interesting in terms of how this finishes up. Painter here to the final touch. So after 3 races, and my score unofficially 24-17, Morristown Bayard in the meet. So we get ready for the 50 freestyle. And this is just splash and dash. The 50 free, a very exciting, perhaps one of the most exciting in swimming. And this is going to be one where we have 4 lanes occupied. In lane 4, Claire Patchett, a freshman who is a good sprinter for MBS. Cameron Scholl in lane 4, the headliner. She's also a freshman and a club swimmer at 5'10" already. Cameron Scholl for Villa Walsh. Upon the touch and the flip, And in lane 3, the extension, and up out of the water is Scholl. Scholl with Kylie Mazzei, a sophomore, joining her in lane 1. Abigail Ewing in lane 2. Upon the touch, it is Scholl, followed by Patchett. Another victory for Villa Walsh. And Scholl with a time of 33.34. As an example, the 50-yard freestyle state qualifying time in New Jersey, 24.90. So that's a good 9 seconds below the numbers here. You can see how tough it is to qualify for the state meet. Third place, that's also big. That goes by a little over a half second in terms of the scoring. That's where the separation can come in these dual meets. Kylie Mazzei, who will swim the 50 and the 100 and the relays. Mazzei finishing third ahead of Abigail Ewing. So first and third places for Villa Walsh, second and fourth for MBS. So unofficially, 32-27 through 4 races as we've reached our break after 4. 32-27, Morristown Bayard leading the meet against Villa Walsh here. Villa Walsh looking for their first win. Villa Walsh at 0-8. Most points they have scored narrowly came against Mendham, 77-74. Also lost against Parsippany, 89-72. And for Kelsey Highland, she started the season with just 7 swimmers. 1 dropped off, so they're going to be warriors to the end of the year with just 6. Meanwhile, for Morristown Bayard, and the significance of a home meet here at Rook Pool for Eugene Sharp. They went winless last year, so one of their goals was to get 1 or 2 team wins under their belt, and they've got the fair shot today against winless Villa Walsh with just 6, but they've got 3 seniors, and that's key, and no Isla Johnston today for MBS, so this is going to be interesting down to the wire. Isla Johnston was just in the Morris County Championships, finishing 3rd at the 200 and 3rd in the 400, where she set the new school record. Coming up after about a half-hour break after this girls' meet, Delbarton will come in, perennial Morris County power, to take on the MBS boys on Senior Day. And you'll want to join us a little bit before that because MBS has 3 seniors that will be honored as part of a pre-swim meet ceremony. So again, 32-27, Morristown Bayard, unofficially. Those are the 3 seniors. So they've already decorated Rook Pool here. Colin Farraher, Charlie Gibbs, multi-sport athlete, and John Hanna. They will be honored pre-swim meet. Charlie and Colin are co-captains. So coming up in a few minutes, we'll rejoin things after the teams have their break with the 100 butterfly, the 100 freestyle, the 400 freestyle. We'll go back to a relay, the 200 freestyle relay, the 100 backstroke, the 100 breast, and then we close out this girls' meet with the 400 freestyle relay. That's all coming up from Play by Play Productions. And welcome back here from Morristown Beard School in Morristown, New Jersey. Battle of Morristown. The Villa Walsh Vikings and the Morristown Beard Crimson Girls, 32-27 MBS, as we're underway with the 100 butterfly. 2 swimmers each. Mia Rubin, a freshman, is in lane 2 for MBS, while in lane 4, they're trying to anchor things down, Abigail Ewing to sprint. And for Villa Walsh, lane 3, Madison Molinaro has already captured a race. And Sabrina Wayvada, a freshman, very good backstroker as well, is Wayvada. This is the 100 butterfly upon the first turn in lane 3, and in control is Madison Molinaro. And Molinaro continues to build a substantial lead with powerful strokes. And when you observe her strokes next to everybody else in the pool, the water splashes with a different level of ferocity. And that's where the club swimming will come, along with being a senior and the many more years of strength, the additional years of strength that swimming can build. Molinaro to the touch, 1:15.78. Just as a comparison, the state qualifier number is 59.26. Now the question is, here in the dual meet, will her teammate join her? Sabrina Wayvada, and the freshman in lane 5, she's got about a 2 body length lead. Wayvada, though, running out of gas. Wayvada is there with the touch. MBS out of lane 4. Abigail Ewing and then Mia Rubin to close it out. So first and second there for Villa Walsh to take the lead. So they earned a total of 6 and 5 points. And my unofficial math, 39-38. Morristown Baird, their lead is trimmed to just 1 after 5 races complete. So first and second for Villa Walsh in the 100 butterfly. Now we'll get ready for 5 scheduled swimmers and the 100 free. All 3 lanes occupied by Morristown Baird, lanes 2, 4, and 6. In lane 4, Gabby Davis, known for her sprinting. Also joining in lane 6, junior Antonella Ortega. Lane 2, junior co-captain Mackenzie Doherty. Doherty out of lane 2, leader of the team. Also plays varsity soccer. Antonella Ortega, 3-sport athlete at MBS as a junior, girls volleyball, varsity softball coming up in the spring. Kylie Maze in lane 1, the sophomore, and Cameron Scholl, the freshman, in lane 3, the 2 swimmers for Villa Walsh. And out of lane 3, Scholl, or check that rather, Victoria Wong out of lane 3. And Wong upon the turn, increasing her lead. And the battle right now, the key battle, is going to be for 3rd place. In lane 2, Mia Rubin of MBS, and now in lane 4 for MBS, Gabby Davis for 3rd place. Rubin is there at the touch for 2nd. MBS also gets 3rd. And as well, the 4th place finish for Villa Walsh. And then Ortega in 6th. So 1st and 4th for Villa Walsh. So 9 more points. Actually, Ortega has, I think, 1 more lap to go with the clock still going. Or I'm not sure why then they finally stopped the clock. So it's 2nd, 3rd, 5th. And 11 more points for MBS should make it 52-47 MBS. Now here's a real challenge. Cameron Scholl in lane 3, lone swimmer for Villa Walsh. Mia Rubin, lane 4 in the 400 free for MBS. A grueling individual swim. And Scholl with her great extension, nicely off the wall. And she has built a 3-length lead over Mia Rubin, who's not a year-round swimmer. Jean Sharp loves her tremendous mental toughness that she has as an athlete. And Eugene's noticed that particularly coming over from being the field hockey JV goalie. Remarkably for Mia, she's a club field hockey goalie. That right after today's swim meet, she's getting in a car with her parents and driving close to 2 hours to private training in Pennsylvania. So how she'll have the energy for all of that after swimming is remarkable. And then to worry about homework. She's missed a couple of meets due to club field hockey tournaments and showcases in Florida in January. And she'll do the events, as Coach Sharp describes, that swimmers don't want to do. And this is one of them. The 400 freestyle, and typically you're going up against highly trained swimmers because you need incredible endurance just to make it through here. But someone's got to do the dirty work. Scholl about to pass her, and Cameron Scholl of Villa Walsh has built up a lead of nearly 20 meters. Here comes lap 5. Still a long way to go. Now Scholl has slowed down a little. And Rubin just now reaching lap 5. So Scholl has increased, and she is about a full lap ahead of Mia Rubin of Morristown Baird. Mia's also going to play lacrosse and try it for the first time this spring. Had a great conversation with Mia. She plays for a relatively new club field hockey organization, Center Court, that she's very excited about. Scholl has now settled down her pace after her explosive first, I'd say, two plus laps in the pool. Lap 9 for Cameron Shull of Villa Walsh. Lap 7 for Mia Rubin, freshman for Morristown Bayard. Unofficially 52:47 MBS. And should nothing change here, again, the gap would shrink a little bit further after this result. It would make it 57:53 MBS by just 4 heading into the 200 freestyle relay. Lap 11 for freshman Cameron Shull of Villa Walsh. Villa Walsh coach Kelsey Highland, Morristown High School alumnus, swam there for Donna Gelagania, just retired after the 2022 season after 30 years being the Morristown High School coach. I think Donna still does some club training as well, but congratulations to Donna Gelagania for her remarkable career. Kelsey Highland complimenting her and what a tough coach she was, and I imagine Kelsey appreciates Donna Gelagania even more so through this experience of having to lift up a team with just 6 total swimmers and having such a narrow margin of error, and how much you're asking from these swimmers. As we continue to keep an eye here in our program on Cameron Shull. There's the bell as we get closer. Shull coming up on the final lap. And she's about to see the red sign put in the water for her. Rubin continues the grind. She's on lap 11. Now the Villa Walsh team, led by Captain Victoria Wong, starting to get loud and cheer Cameron Shull to the touchline. Shull is in with a time of 6:45.61. And now that officially makes the score, Morristown Bayard 57-53 as Shull picks up the victory. Shull already with immense potential for this sport, just by the body type at about 5'10", and automatically makes you be a better possible swimmer. You just don't have to work as hard compared to someone that could be 5'5". And the question is, can your technique match those of a smaller swimmer? Mia Rubin still going here for MBS. And Rubin is coming up on her final lap. MBS was in a nail-biter for their lone victory over Parsippany Hills. It came down to the final relay, and after some quick math, Eugene Sharp was going upon. They were down by 1 point into the final race of the 400 freestyle relay, and then they were down about 5 to 8 meters after 3 relays, and Isla Johnston came back and won it, and everybody screamed and went wild. That's why you have a designated anchor. Final 10 meters for Mia Rubin. Then we'll go into a 2-lane 200 freestyle relay. Down and back for each swimmer. Now Shull, who just finished that, granted she did finish 6:45, so she had a couple of extra minutes to rest while we waited for Rubin to close out. Shull is the second swimmer here, so she will be tasked to give Coach Highland a couple to give a down and back to her while she tries to recover. And then we'll see Shull lead off the 400 freestyle relay in her final event. So Rubin has also completed her warm-up. There's Eugene Sharp. Eugene's had quite the career, fascinating. Went to Columbia University for water polo out of Great Neck North High School class in 1977. That's what he was recruited for. Then ended up swimming for a little while just to kind of fill out rosters, and that's where some of his passion came into that sport. Here we go with the 200 freestyle relay. Abigail Ewing led it off for MBS in lane 4. Lane 3, Madison Molinaro of Villa Walsh. And it's Molinaro doing what she's done all afternoon so far. She opens up about a 7-meter lead as she hands it off now for Shull. How much gas does Shull have? Gabby Davis just now into the pool for MBS to try to make up some ground. So Shull, the scheduled swimmer at least here. I'm not 1,000% sure if it is her here, but in lane 4, it's Gabby Davis. And Gabby Davis has made up a lot of ground. It's nearly even upon the touch. Victoria Wong now into the pool for Villa Walsh. Mackenzie Doherty for Morristown Bayard. It remains about a half length separating the two. Sophomore Kylie Maze will be the anchor for Villa Walsh. Freshman Claire Patchett will be the anchor for MBS. It remains Wong narrowly. Maze into the pool. Patchett with a great takeoff, and Patchett coming up out of the water strong here. This is going to be a photo finish. Patchett has made up another half body length. Upon the turn, Kylie Maze. And Maze with the great turn has opened up the lead on Patchett. Strong turn is going to lead Maze and Villa Walsh to the victory in the 200 freestyle relay. Well done by the anchor, Kylie Maze, after Patchett did so well under the water, and as she popped out, she was nearly even with her. So Villa Walsh inches closer, grabs another point. They gain another point, 62-59 MBS. And we'll go to the 100 backstroke, and here is where MBS will gain points. Only Nevin Mahoney of Villa Walsh is the scheduled swimmer. 2 swimmers scheduled for MBS. We'll see Ellis Conroy, a freshman, and sophomore Clara Painter again. Time in the 200 freestyle relay for Villa Walsh, 2:21.06. And the state qualifying time for girls is 1:43.48, just to give you an idea of just how fast that number is. Well, now they have posted up a score showing 52-51. So actually my guess is that instead of using 6 and 5 for first place and so forth, because we're not using all 6 lanes consistently, I think that's where the scoring comes from. First place 4 points, second place 3, 2 and 1, so forth. So Villa Walsh has climbed within 1, 52-51 over MBS. Ready for the 100 backstroke. Nevin Mahoney in lane 3 of Villa Walsh, flanked to her left Alex Conroy of Morristown Beard, and Clara Painter to her right of MBS. It is Mahoney that is in front. She is one of the 3 seniors. And Mahoney with a strong turn, separating on the 2 Crimson swimmers. And should this position hold up, it would remain a 1-point MBS advantage. Nevin Mahoney, smooth and consistent. Kelsey Highland, you're about to see her coach give some final instructions. Kelsey's been thrilled with her team's tenacity, that they have just not allowed the losses to affect them. They've continued to show up. They're anxious for a win, and here we go. Villa Walsh, what a way to close out the season. They would be right there and a chance for victory. And joking with Kelsey Highland, this is a year she'll never forget, having just 6 swimmers, getting the job just before the season started, right around November 1st, and to coach with younger brother Patrick Highland. Mahoney is in with the touch, 138.64 in the 100-yard backstroke. State qualifying time is under a minute, 59.76. So in lane 4, Clara Painter does finish in second. So it should be 55-54 with 2 events to go in this girls' swimming meet. Ahead of the 100-meter breaststroke. Villa Walsh will send out 2 swimmers, so they'll leave 1 unoccupied. 3 swimmers for MBS. And then the 400 freestyle relay. Each team will have just 1 relay group. So here is the real opportunity, perhaps the most necessary opportunity. And as they update the score, let's see what they do. They initially posted 59 all up, which I think is definitely incorrect. And they have MBS up at 59. Yeah, Villa Walsh still with 57, MBS at 59. So I'm not sure how they have either not updated that number or how they've come up with that. But we go to the 100 breaststroke. 2 events left. Lane 4, Claire Patchett for MBS, a freshman. Again, it's all about sprinting in the 50 and 100 for her. Then she'll later watch brother Ian Patchett, who is a sophomore on the boys' swimming team. Lane 6, Antonella Ortega. Lane 2, Ellis Conroy. For Villa Walsh. Lane 3, Captain Victoria Wong. accompanied in lane 1 by freshman Sabrina Wayvada. Wayvada, 50 freestyler, also will do the backstroke as her primary events. And it is Victoria Wong out of lane 3, significant lead. As we're about to hit 50 meters. Battle is for second. And Sabrina Wayvada upon the turn. And Claire Patchett. Patchett was so good coming out from under the water earlier in the 200 freestyle, and Patchett does not just create some catch up, but now she's creating some separation as Patchett, using her strokes, is separated and now nearly a half body length over Sabrina Wayvada. Meanwhile, in lane 3, Victoria Wong comfortably in control. Wong already at the touch, 128.87. Here comes Patchett, and Patchett is separated. It's nearly 2 full body lengths here for second place. Freshman Claire Patchett is in to score for MBS, and now third place belongs to Villa Walsh. The Villa Walsh finishing 1, 2, 3, and MBS will get the final points out of Ellis Conroy and Antonella Ortega. So Wong is done for the afternoon, while Sabrina Wayvada will be a participant in the 400 freestyle relay. So she'll have a very difficult job. Kylie Maze being the anchor for Villa Walsh, so impressed with her in her anchoring in the 200 freestyle relay about 20 minutes ago. And again, here's a situation with no Isla Johnston for MBS, their top swimmer, and they could be vulnerable to lose that relay. But we'll see what the final scoring will be. Out of lane 6, Antonella Ortega. So the 100 breast is completed. And now we'll see how the officials' scoring will add up. So by my count, it could be 69-67, MBS into the final relay. We'll take a pause as the two teams gather together. 400 freestyle relay coming up to close out this dual swimming meet. Morristown Baird in a close one with Villa Walsh. And welcome back here to Morristown Beard. Ralph Bednarczyk with you. We are tied at 66 after the final scoring calculations. Took some time by the scorers. Unfortunately, MBS, due to some further scratches in their already depleted lineup, will not be able to put a relay team out. So with the score tied at 66, Villa Walsh is going to run this 400 freestyle relay uncontested and capture the 8 points, and they will indeed pick up their first win of the year to close out the season today. So the final score is going to be 74-66 Villa Walsh. How interesting it could have been if Eugene Sharp, coach of MBS, had any more bodies he could throw out here at Rook Pool to at least make it interesting. Second place in the relay would be just 4 points. So it would have been for the victory anyway for the meet. Cameron Shaw led it off in what is all elementary, followed by Sabrina Wayvada, then Nevin Mahoney. This is Mahoney in the water right now. And then Kylie Maze. So congratulations to Villa Walsh to come up with a win. Last year they had 2 victories over Parsippany and MBS, which was an 89-75 score. That allowed them to make the non-public Group B tournament, where they lost at Morristown Friends. That was under then coach Kelly Abner, who had swam at Montclair State, and she competed at Vernon High School in West Jersey. So for Villa Walsh, it'll be a very fun bus ride because they're going to come up with a win and they'll have something to celebrate after all their hard work of being an Iron Woman team. Third into the pool, Nevin Mahoney. And again, it will beg the question into next year to fill out the roster, but Kylie Maze will be a junior, Cameron Scholl and Sabrina Wayvada will be both sophomores. And it's all about, of course, adding strength in numbers, and then you could start to see who develops a niche for a team to swim in their particular best events. 2 coaches have already shaken hands and acknowledged things, and for Eugene Sharp, I'm sure he had hopes. There's Eugene on the left, that they'll be able to pull out a second victory today. He retired about 5 years ago from a long career in sales, and he's picked up master swimming the last 6 years, doing relay events as well in his age group. In his age group relay, they recently set the state record. His 2 daughters attended the Oak Knoll School, both playing squash right now. It's a club sport at Bucknell. Nevin Mahoney with the touch, and now Kylie Maze. And the Crimson trying to build something with their 3rd coach in 5 years. And Eugene has got the sense he is in this for the long haul, trying to build an identity. He's had a successful career in the corporate business world. Third lap here for Maze out of the 400 freestyle relay. Reminder, coming up, we'll call it at about in the vicinity of 6 or 6:15 Eastern. The Delbarton Green Wave boys team, always so successful. They'll be here taking on the Morristown Baird boys coming up. Prior to that, we'll have a senior day ceremony about 15 minutes beforehand. So you'll want to join us about 5:45, and of course we'll have our play-by-play productions coverage on demand as well via YouTube. The celebration underway and official. 5:27:66 for the Villa Walsh Vikings. But Villa Walsh captures a win. Morristown Baird having to scratch their 400 freestyle relay team. We were tied at that point at 66 all, and Villa Walsh takes the victory gladly to close out the year 1-7. Congrats to Villa Walsh for having the bodies to get to the finish line. Correct myself, 1-8 to close out the year. But they are victorious, and hugs abound for Kelsey Highland. It's also a first win that she will never forget. For a very young coach, 2016 Morristown High School graduate, and younger brother, assistant coach, Patrick Highland. The Super Six of Villa Walsh and their 3 seniors celebrate a victory, and they just dumped their coach into the water. I sure hope that Kelsey did not have her phone on her. Otherwise, this will be a very costly win, number 1. Looks like all clear. Victoria Wong and captains, I think they're going to jump in as well to celebrate this victory for the Villa Walsh Vikings here in Morristown at Morristown Baird. So that'll do it for our coverage. Again, we'll remind you, coming up, we could probably call Senior Day ceremonies at about 5:50 Eastern, and then probably about 6:05 perhaps, as I see the Delbarton team has already arrived against the Morristown Baird boys on Senior Day in this regular season finale as well for MBS. Final score here in the girls' swim meet, 74-66. The Villa Walsh Vikings have their first victory of the season, defeating the Grimson. For Chris Markowitz, our director today, our producer Simon Rosenwasser, my name is Ralph Benorchik, saying so long and goodbye from Play by Play Productions.
That you got into Delbarton. Yes. Have you? You are a swimmer? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we used to be there in Morristown.
And welcome back live from Play-by-Play Productions. It's time for Morristown Beard Crimson swimming today as they take on the Delbarton Green Wave, perennial power here out of Morris County. But this year they finished third in the county championships under fifth-year coach Patrick Savage. They are 7-2. While for first-year coach Eugene Sharp, his program coming in with a record of 1-7 on their senior day. 3 seniors that were celebrated. Full lineup for a loaded Delbarton team today. As we start in the 200-meter meter medley, backstroker Brandon Lau with Jonah Kim and Merrick Hugh. Lau in lane 3, Kim in lane 5, Merrick Hugh lane 1. And for Morristown Beard, Nick Triano, with Colin Farraher, Will Estrange, and Jack Hanna. Then Nick Hanna with Charlie Gibbs as the second leg, along with Daniel Raymer and Bennett Gross, the anchor in the second relay unit here in the 200-meter relay. Now the breaststroke. Rob Alexi, likely All-American, is signing with Cal at 6'7", one of the top swimmers in the state, is about to emerge. And Alexi out of lane 3 and hands it off to Kevin Lee in the butterfly, be followed by Joe Narduzzi of Delbarton. Will Estrange, the third leg here from Morristown Beard to start things off. Still pretty even in first as we come up on the final exchange. And MBS with Jack Hanna into the pool faster. Narduzzi able to come up. This is going to have a photo finish. Hanna pushing hard. Who will execute the turn better? And popping up is Narduzzi out of nowhere. And Narduzzi, a freshman, is pushing and has separated from Hanna. And Narduzzi is in with the first relay in the 200 medley for Delbarton, edging out Jack Hanna. Joe Narduzzi is senior co-captain, second year at Delbarton, and he has grown to love the sport, describing Patrick Savage. And he's had remarkable drops, 20-plus second drops in some events, and he's a year-round swimmer through the Streamline Aquatic Club. He's got a busy day after this. He's going to the Delbarton wrestling match tonight. Big wrestling match where he's going to do photography. So Delbarton capturing first, third, and fourth out of the 5 lanes that were occupied. Next up is the 200 freestyle, where that is going to be all 6 lanes occupied. Out of lane 3, Femi Ashodi, talented freshman for Delbarton. Lane 5, Mark Sebastian. And lane 1, Owen Armstrong. For Morristown Beard, Ian Patchett is a sophomore who is in lane 4. Nick Gearman is in lane 2. And with Schreier in lane 6. Underway in the 200 freestyle. Femi Ashodi, one of 3 freshman newcomers for Patrick Savage that have been relied on heavily. Delbarton this year had their run of 3 straight Morris County championships come to an end with a dominant performance by Chatham in the Morris County championships. Ashodi, narrow lead over Ian Patchett. Chatham defeating Kinnelon 222 to 213. Delbarton finishing a solid third, just ahead of West Morris Mendham, with Rob Alexi winning 3 events in the Morris County Championship. Today, though, for Patrick Savage, it's a little bit of a different lineup because Delbarton is locked in where they'll swim at Pingree in the non-public Group A first round exactly a week next Friday night, February 10th. So tonight, because it's a senior night as well for Delbarton on the road, with parents and friends in attendance and pictures taking place beforehand, they're going with a little bit of a skeleton lineup and some swimmers swimming maybe their secondary or tertiary events. It was the swimmers that actually put together their lineup for today. Sort of experiment, give some guys a night off, or try some different events. Femi Ashodi, lane 3, continues to be the leader for Delbarton. And in second behind him, looks like Mark Sebastian, his Delbarton teammate, has now closed the gap. Ashodi is a butterflyer. Huge competitor, year-round swimmer with the Cougar Aquatic team, and Ashodi is in. Ashodi in lane 3, the victor, here in the 200-meter freestyle. Mark Sebastian of Delbarton finishing second, and Ian Patchett of Morristown Beard touching third. In the 200 freestyle, the state qualifier number is 157.85. Ashodi went 217.81. As we wait for lane 6 to finish up, and freshman Daniel Raymer of Morristown Baird getting clapped in. Ian Patchett, junior co-captain, 6'1", lean, as I see him standing over, or see him just kind of relaxing and getting his final stretch in the pool. Delbarton, such a proud swimming program that minister and longtime teacher in the school, Kent Mano, handed it off to Patrick Savage in his 5th season. Last year they went 8-3. Patrick swam at the University of Delaware. He's from South Windsor, Connecticut. He was very accomplished at Delaware, ranked number 2 all-time at Delaware in the 1,000 freestyle, 3rd in the 500. And Patrick, congratulations to him. He's a better man than me. He completed an Ironman in early September during the school year. What an inspiration that is for a swimming team. 200 IM underway. Nick Hanna, lane 2 for MBS. Nick Troiano, lane 4. With Raymer in lane 6. Alex Makovsky in lane 3 for Delbarton. Jonah Kim in lane 5, and Jeff Liu in lane 1. It's Jonah Kim that's built a 2-length lead here for Delbarton. Upon the touch, and in second, looks like Makovsky and Jeff Liu are pretty even. So right now it's the green wave, 1, 2, and 3 in the 200 IM. So as Kim switches to the from the backstroke, upon the turn, and Kim comfortably ahead with Alex Makovsky in lane 3, still in second. Kim continuing to lead the 200 IM for Delbarton. Delbarton, after 2 events, 22-8 over Morristown Baird. Delbarton loaded in terms of having a full lineup, so they're clearly going to win this dual meet today, and the question is, what kind of shape and perhaps form will Patrick Savage's swimmers be a week from tonight at Pingrit? Delbarton 7-2 on the season. Lost 102-68 at a great St. Peter's prep program, 114-56 to Morris County champion Chatham last night. So this is also a back-to-back. Patrick Savage very thrilled despite the lopsided score at St. Peter's Prep, 102-68, he felt they were close in every single race. The 200 medley relay was under a second. 3 other races just got out-touched in. It was just great drama. Touches in. Jonah Kim captures the 200 IM. Alex Makovsky in second, and Jeff Liu in lane 1 is in third. So Delbarton does complete first, second, and third. Ian Patchett leads the way for MBS. And finishing up, it'll be Nick Gearman on the touch to finish fifth. Rather, Noah Gearman. Noah's not a year-round swimmer, and he is always on relays. So Gearman in lane 2. And Daniel Raymer concludes things in lane 6. So Delbarton sweeps the 200 IM. Next up will be the 50 freestyle. Splash and dash. And we'll get to see Rob Alexi. And this is where he is going to college for, to Cal Berkeley, to join his older brother Jack. Great to visit with his parents who are here. Dad Matthew played football at a high school in Pennsylvania. Mom Lynn played basketball at Notre Dame. Kate Alexi, the oldest, and she swam at Mendham High School. And older brother Jack Alexi went to Delbarton. He is now at Cal as well. And Max Alexi also swam at Delbarton while swimming with older brother Jack. Kate Alexi swims at Kenyon College. Underway in the 50, Rob Alexi. Let's watch the extension upon the turn. He is in lane 3. Alexi in lane 3. Lane 5, Emmett Price. Lane 1, Finn McGuire. Alexi at the touch, 24:05. And that is under the state swimming qualifying time, which he's already long qualified for, which is 24.90. So that's a healthy number underneath the state qualifying time. He'll be in the meet of champions in several events, and Rob Alexi victorious there as Delbarton finishes first and third. Captain Colin Farraher for Morristown Baird finishing in second. Farraher, a 4-year varsity man. He is committed to Division III Bates in the NESCAC. He's a power swimmer described by Eugene Sharp. And he's only lost 1 individual event the whole season. And here he finishes second, 24.87. So that's a state qualifying time. And a good challenge to Rob Alexi. Colin also a full-time swimmer with the Madison Swimming Club in Morris County. So Rob Alexi wins the event. asking Patrick Savage about what makes him special. And Alexi is just a workhorse, and at 6'7", of course, he has the perfect body, the Michael Phelps type body at 6'6". And of course, that's the first thing people point to, that it's his size, but Patrick Savage, having coached him now since he was a freshman, points to his feel for the water. He's able to grab the water and pull it the right way and use that 6'7" to his greatest benefit in terms of technique. And then the size and the body and the strength can allow him to be the workhorse, to put in tons of time into that technique and that feel for the water. So a great specimen that Cal Berkeley will be having in their program next year, and a chance for Rob Alexi to finish up a storybook career at the New Jersey Meet of Champions. So we have our break right now after 4 events. Score has been posted, 46-16 Delbarton. We'll take time out. Morristown Baird on Senior Day, hosting Delbarton from Play by Play Productions. And welcome back live on Play by Play Productions. Ralph Bednarczyk on hand. Time now for the 100 Butterfly. Will Lestrange in lane 4 for Morristown Baird. Against 3 Delbarton Green Wave members, led by senior captain Joe Narduzzi in lane 3, Kevin Lee in lane 5, Merrick Hugh in lane 1. After the first 50 meters, it's Lestrange that is in front for MBS. Challenger right now in lane 5, that's Kevin Lee in the 100 fly. Lestrange is a sophomore. He's also a club swimmer with many of these Delbarton swimmers for the Madison Swimming Club. He's back from a broken hand. So January has been his lifting point. Lestrange finishes at 106.04. Battle for second for Delbarton. It's Kevin Lee in the 100 butterfly. At 106.04, to give you perspective, the state qualifying number is at 59.26, still nearly 6.5 seconds lower than that time. So it's Lee in second, and Lee in second, and Joe Narduzzi, who finishes third. go to a 100 freestyle. For Delbarton in lane 3, it'll be a freshman, Dalton Brooks. Mike Fialkowitz is in lane 5, and John Henry Finkilde will be in lane 1. Full house as well for Morristown Beard, at least was scheduled. Looks like they have nobody in lane 2, though. So it's only going to be senior John Hanna and junior Noah Gearman. Hanna in lane 4 and Gearman in lane 6 in the 100 freestyle. And at the first turn, it's lane 3, Dalton Brooks. Brooks at the first 50. And Brooks is separated with a great turn. Brooks by perhaps ahead over Mike Fialkowitz, his Delbarton teammate. All about the turn here. Fialkowitz is a junior. He was in the Meet of Champions last year, second in the counties in the 400 freestyle and the 200 freestyle. He's talented. Freshman Dalton Brooks, though, he is challenging him, and it is Brooks that out-touches Mike Fialkowitz of Delbarton, a talented junior. John Henry Finkilde still going. Hanna finishes 3rd for MBS. And Gearman finishing 4th. And the finish out of lane 1 from John Henry Finkilde. So the 100 free goes narrowly to Dalton Brooks. Brooks with a good time for a freshman, 57:33. The state qualifying time is 54:34. Wouldn't be surprised to see him qualify next year in this event for the states. Next up, we get ready for the 400 freestyle. Just one Morristown Beard swimmer will be represented. That'll be Ian Patchett. Patchett also cross country, spring track, 6'1". He made the cutoff to swim in the press championships in the 200 meter. This is double that, the 400 free. Lane 3 for Delbarton, Alex Makovsky. Lane 5, Finn McGuire. And lane 1, Owen Armstrong. It's Patchett narrowly over Makovsky at the second turn. 50 meters completed. And it's perhaps Makovsky slightly ahead of Patchett now. Lap 3 turn. Makovsky pops out of the water and now has increased his advantage, and his endurance has now created about a half body length advantage. Delbarton's great history under former coach Kent Mano, 39-year member of Delbarton's faculty and coaching staff. 3 times Mr. Mano was Swimming Coach of the Year by the Morris County paper of record, the daily record. He captured 12 Morris County swimming championships during 2 separate stints. Makovsky in lane 3, now a full 2 body lengths ahead of Morristown Beard's Ian Patchett. Delbarton leads the swim meet 66-27. And that number is now separated to 3 body lengths for Alex Makovsky. A year ago, final score was 124-46 by Delbarton over Morristown Bayard. Makovsky now up to a good 6 body length advantage, separating from Ian Patchett. Now he's just racing against himself on lap 9. Makovsky in lane 3. Here comes the signal for lap 11. And Patchett just slowing down his strokes than what we saw over the first 3 or 4 laps. Patchett comfortably in second. The two swimmers now passing one another, so it's a full lap length lead now by Alex Makovsky of Delbarton. Makovsky, along with Femi Ashodi and Dalton Brooks, are newcomers to the program. The bell for the final lap for Makovsky. Makovsky touches. Final 20 meters. One of the many Delbarton standouts here in the 400 freestyle. Ian Patchett just trying to hang on and finish at his pace. Makovsky is there with the touch. Pretty competitive first 3 to 4 laps where it looked like Patchett perhaps could be within some striking distance. But Patchett is going to finish a good lap and change behind Makovsky. Here comes Patchett in lane 4 to lead Delbarton on the touch. 4:58.61 in the 400 freestyle is the number for Alex Makovsky. The 500 freestyle, 5:15.41, if we were going 500 as a state cutoff number. Delbarton out of lane 5, Finn McGuire, he is in for 3rd place. And a touch from Owen Armstrong in lane 1 for Delbarton. So Delbarton finishes 1st, 3rd, and 4th. Ian Patchett of Morristown Bayard taking 2nd. So now we'll get ready for the 200 freestyle relay. This will be interesting because 5 lanes are scheduled to be occupied. 3 relay teams for Delbarton, 2 relay teams for Morristown Bayard. Morristown Bayard's top relay team, Will Lestrange, will lead it off. Jack Hanna 2nd. Ian Patchett will get right back in the pool, and then Colin Farraher will be the anchor. Charlie Gibbs leads the 2nd unit with Noah Gierman, Schreier, and Bennett Gross. In lane 3, Emmett Price will start things off for Delbarton with Johnny Lang 2nd, Kevin Lee 3rd, Joe Narduzzi. At a lane 5, freshman Dalton Brooks, the leadoff batter. Mike Fialkowitz, Jeff Liu, And then Finn McGuire will be the anchor, so he'll get right back in the pool. Will Lestrange out of lane 4, trying to give to Jack Hanna. But it's going to be Delbarton and Emmett Price that sprinted away and gives to Johnny Lang. So Lang in lane 3. However, lane 5 has opened up. Mike Fialkowitz. And it is Fialkowitz who's going to emerge in first place, leading Johnny Lang. And Fialkowitz on the second leg with an impressive 50 meters. He gives way to Jeff Liu. Kevin Lee of Delbarton in lane 3 follows him up. Liu maybe narrowly closed the gap. Off the wall and emerging in lane 5, Jeff Liu, but Kevin Lee has inched even closer. The anchorman awaits. Senior captain Joe Narduzzi. He's in the pool in lane 3 against Finn McGuire. And now after the jump, Narduzzi has put the top unit for Delbarton back in first place. On the turn against Finn McGuire. And it's Narduzzi that emerges out of the water. He's building a lead of a full body length. Final 10 meters for Joe Narduzzi. And he'll get there at the touchline with the win for the top relay unit for Delbarton in the 200 freestyle. Mike Fialkowitz did great work out of lane 5 to make that very interesting before Kevin Lee gave Joe Narduzzi a chance. Lee is a distance swimmer, has had big improvements from year to year, while Joe Narduzzi, with his incredible drops now, is someone that has grown to love the sport as a co-captain. Impressive depth shown here by Delbarton as they take first and second in the 200 freestyle. We'll get ready for the 100-meter backstroke. And we had a full house scheduled. Looks like nobody, though, on for lane number 6. That was scheduled to be for Morristown Baird. They're in backstroke position. In lane 3, Brandon Lau, senior, 4 years in the varsity, backstroker and mid-distance freestyler. County qualifier in the 200 and 400. He's in lane 3. Teammate senior Emmett Price also has had huge drops during his season, not a year-round swimmer. He's in lane 5. Johnny Lang, a senior, is in lane 1. Also 4 years in the varsity. He was a Morris County qualifier in the 100 backstroke. Lang is in second on the far side in lane 1. Lane 3, Brandon Lau. For Morris Beard, Nick Triano in lane 2, sophomore sprinter, and Nick Hanna, another sophomore. Lane 3, Brandon Lowe. Lowe is in first, Emmett Price. Oh, check that rather, that's Johnny Lang in lane 1 that finishes second. Lau followed by Lang. And then Nick Troiano finishes third, representing MBS, as well as fourth place finisher also to MBS in Nick Hanna. So low in the winner's circle as we get ready for the 100-meter breaststroke. Looking at 3 Delbarton swimmers, 2 from Morristown Baird. MBS will have freshman Daniel Raymer in the primo spot, lane 4. Daniel, not a year-round swimmer. He's a thespian. He's in the musical in the school play called Be More Chill. Raymer's time to shine is now. Charlie Gibbs in lane 2 as well accompanies him. Lane 3 for Delbarton, Nick Yu. Jonah Kim is in lane 5 for Delbarton, and Mike Fialkowitz is in lane 1 in the 100 breaststroke. Far side of the pool. And for the first 25, Fialkowitz. And Fialkowitz is getting a good challenge from Jonah Kim. Kim in lane 5 here at the touch. Pretty even with Fialkowitz. Split times were only 0.3 apart, with Fialkowitz narrowly on the touch. Fialkowitz in lane 1, far side. And Fialkowitz, I'd say now, is clearly in front. Jonah Kim in lane 5 is only about a head length behind. Fialkowitz on the touch is the winner. 1:16.28. Jonah Kim behind him in second. And then in third, Nick Yu in the 100 breaststroke. 100 breaststroke time for a state qualifier is 1:07.94. Fialkowitz, in not his primo event, 1:16.28. Still a very respectful number from Fialkowitz. Again, his primary numbers are a little bit considered mid-distances, 200 and 400 freestyles. Patrick Savage just describing him as a machine. He gives it his all, and he'll do events back-to-back. He's got a motor. He's down with the New Providence-based Streamline Aquatic Swimming Club. So as we go into our final relay, 113-40 Delbarton. Delbarton will put out 2 relay teams. Morristown Baird will put out 1. Ian Patchett will lead it off, followed by Nick Hanna, Nick Troiano, and Will Lestrange will be the anchor. Joe Narduzzi leads the top unit in lane 3 with Johnny Lang, Brandon Lowe, and then Rob Alexi will be the anchor. Merrick Hugh leads off the second unit in lane 5 with Owen Armstrong, Mark Sebastian, and Femi Ashodi being the anchor. Right now doing work in lane 5 is Merrick Hugh. Hugh the advantage over Joe Narduzzi. Off the wall, Narduzzi though able to catch up, and now Narduzzi even with Merrick Hugh. Now about to give the handoff, Narduzzi to Johnny Lang. Lang is in the pool, right behind him, Owen Armstrong. Nick Hanna getting into the pool now for MBS. Johnny Lang after the good work by Narduzzi. And Lang has now opened up about a 4-meter lead over Owen Armstrong here in the 400 freestyle relay. Delbarton in their final dress rehearsal before opening up the state tournament playoffs next Friday night. That'll take place at the Pingree School in the non-public Group A first round. Brandon Lowe in lane 3, getting ready to go. And then it'll be Rob Alexi. Lowe is in. Owen Armstrong, final tough 25, 40 meters. And now it's definitely the top unit for Delbarton that is well out in front by 15 meters and building. Lowe approaching his final 50. Troiano now in the pool for Morristown Baird. Brandon Lowe had been a backstroker for much of his early career. Credit him for making the adjustment to mid-distance freestyle. And it sure helps when you can swim knowing you have Rob Alexi behind you. You can be aggressive. You don't even have to worry or look over. Swim your best, and the big guy can bail you out. Alexi is into the pool. Femia Shodi in lane 5 as well, the anchor for Delbarton's second unit. Troiano for MBS. With the touch into the pool goes Will Lestrange for Morristown Baird. Alexi with a body built for swimming, and one that the state of New Jersey must appreciate. Parents are here watching, and the influence, his work ethic must rub off on everybody else. There is Alexi with the touch. 4:08.19 for the 400 freestyle relay. Not a full unit. The state qualifying number is 3:43.83. And then Femia Shodi finishes 4:21.25. So Delbarton goes 1-2 there. And Will Lestrange will conclude tonight's activities. So it was 125.42. Add 12 more points for Delbarton. So it'll be 137-44 as the final numbers tonight. So Delbarton closes out the regular season 9-2 officially, and now they look ahead to next week at Pingree in the non-public Group A first round. A very proud program that's long dominated Morris County. They did not win Morris County this year, seeing their 3-year run snapped by a Super Chatham team that could win the entire state tournament. But they have an All-American in Division I bound Rob Alexi, and they have several other seniors that, while they are not year-round swimmers, but in season they have made remarkable strides. Be very interesting to see where Delbarton is in 2 or 3 weeks with that group of seniors. If they shave off with some more work, even a few more seconds, Delbarton could be where they always are, competing for championships. So congratulations to the Green Wave. And here MBS as they close out the season. They take the loss here in the dual meet against one of the top programs in the country. And under first-year coach Eugene Sharp, he was happy with the way his team has competed, particularly his relays, and he focuses on getting our best times and progress that way. He's got club swimmers like Will Lestrange to move forward with next year, who's finished 12th in Morris County in the 100 butterfly. Several other juniors, and he thanks his 3 seniors in Colin Farraher, who will swim at Division III Bates in the NESCAC, Charlie Gibbs. He's got lacrosse season coming up after varsity soccer, and then John Hanna as well. He passes the legacy on to younger brother Nick Hanna. 137-44 is the final score. Congratulations again to Delbarton Green Wave as their regular season comes to an end at 8-2. That'll be all for us here from Play by Play Productions. Congratulations to the 3 MBS seniors and the work that they have done to leave MBS a better place than when they arrived. My name is Ralph Bednarczyk. For Chris Markowitz, our director, our producer, Simon Rosenwasser, we say so long and good night from Morristown Beer School in Morristown, New Jersey on Play by Play Productions.